Hello children, today we shall study chapter 3 of history, which is about agrarian structure under the British. To control the newly acquired territories, the British developed a sound system of administration and raised a strong army. In order to maintain the expenses of both the administrative policies and the army, it was necessary for the British to increase their financial resources. This was to done by maximizing the trade, by buying raw materials from India at cheaper rates and selling manufactured products of England at higher prices, and collection of land revenue from the provincial governors. Apart from trade, the British now focus their attention on the different sources of revenue. In this pic, you can see that Robert Clive he is accepting the Diwani of Bengal, grant of Diwani and financial powers. The East India Company was made the Diwan of Bengal on 12 August 1765 by the then Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Thus, the company became of the chief financial administrator of the territory of Bengal. The company officials understood one important aspect of expanding their base in India. They understood the importance of those who had ruled the countryside in the past and had enjoyed authority and prestige. The company wanted to be careful not to annoy those people. This is about the quinquennial settlement, which was introduced by Warren Hastings in 1772. This was a 5-year settlement of land revenue. Hastings set up 6 provincial councils to supervise the work of Indian Diwans. The corrupt tax collectors in this system they were replaced by Indian Diwans in the districts, and the bidding process of this quinquennial settlement it was not transparent. So that's why these three land revenue policies they were introduced by the British in India. One was permanent settlement, which was introduced in Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Second one, Rayatwari system introduced in South Indian regions, and third, Mahalwari system, which was introduced in Northwest regions. So let's talk about the permanent settlement, which was introduced by Lord Cornwallis in the states of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. In permanent settlement, the company had to take some steps to improve agriculture by improving investment of land. That's why the system it was introduced. According to this, the Rajas and Talukdars they were recognized as zamindars and were given the responsibility of revenue collection from the peasants. The amount to be paid was fixed permanently and hence the name permanent settlement. The company officials felt that it would ensure a regular income to them. But there were some problems of the permanent settlement that the revenue it was so high that the zamindar found it difficult to pay. A zamindar who failed to pay the revenue lost his zamindari. Hence, zamindars were not investing in the improvement of land. But the situation changed by the first decade of the 19th century. There was price rise and expansion in cultivation, and the income of the zamindars it was increased. It is about the Thomas Munro, the governor of Madras. He was a Scottish soldier and colonial administrator. He was an East India Company army officer and statesman. He served with his regiment during the hard-fought war against Hyder Ali from 1780 to 1783, serving under his older and distant relations Major Sir Hector Munro, 8th of November. So Thomas Munro he introduced this system, Rayatwari system, in 1820. Major areas of introduction they were Madras, Bombay, parts of Assam and core provinces of British India. In Rayatwari system, the ownership rights were handed over the peasants. British government collected taxes directly from the peasants. So it was first tried on a small scale by Captain Alexander Reed or Thomas Munro. He tried it in some of those areas which were taken over after the defeat of Tipu Sultan. The system was subsequently developed and by Thomas Munro. This system was gradually implemented all over South India. So now we will be talking about the Mahalwari system. Mahalwari system of northern and central provinces was another system of revenue collection. According to this system, the company collection taxes remitted by village heads or heads of joint families and not from the individual farmers. These land revenue systems were not favorable to the farmers. This is more about the Mehalwari settlement. This system it was devised by Hort Mackenzie. Mackenzie he was convinced about the importance of village in the North Indian society. So he wanted to preserve this important social institutions. The revenue estimation was done for each village. The village was known as Mahal and hence this system was known as Mehalwari system. It was also decided to revise the revenue demands periodically. The village headman was given the responsibility to collect the revenue from each mahal. These land revenue policies of the British they affected the agricultures and the farmers. The farmers they were unable to pay taxes. They had to take loan from moneylenders. They suffered due to the high rate of interest. The loan by mortgaging agriculture land it was they suffered in this regard also. They could not pay back loan and land was seized by the money lenders. So this was all about this module.